Hey guys, so this is my third attempt to record this, and the first time I just didn't feel good about it. I just felt like I was reading off a script or that I wasn't getting my points across effectively. And the second time, I kept coughing because I was getting over a sickness, and I thought I'll just edit this out. But whenever I went to edit it out, it would like cut off. So the beginning of the cough was still there, and then it would cut out audio around it. So it would take out things that I was saying, but keeping the cough sound. And it was really infuriating. And I said, you know what? I don't have to deal with this. And I deleted it, and we're going to try again. And I think at this point, if I can't get it right, I'm just going to give up on this video because nothing is this important. Nothing is worth this amount of frustration. Speaking of things not being worth this amount of frustration, I'm not making this to like deep dive into every single movie because I don't think I saw that many movies in theaters, but it was quite a bit. So it's not going to be like major critical analysis, but I'll just be talking about my general opinion, what I felt about it. I I probably won't spoil anything, but I will be talking about Across the Spider-Verse, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Talk to Me, The Boy and the Heron, Last Night in Soho, Secret World of Arietti, Whisper of the Heart, and The Cat Returns. So if you want to go into a movie with no thoughts, no outside opinions, like you just want to go into it with a blank slate, then I would go ahead and click off because I'll just be talking about some general stuff, but I'm going to try to keep it mostly spoiler free except for Last Night in Soho because I do have some thoughts about that. But getting into it, Across the Spider Verse was the first movie I saw in theater, and I forgot this movie came out in 2023 because time is so relative. Like, it's so long, but it's so fast at the same time. I really liked this movie. I really loved it. I didn't think that I was going to love it as much as I did because I thought the first one was so good that there's no way that they can top it, but they did. Um, I can say what would have made me love it more is if it wasn't made with abuse. I'm not going to go over all of that here because Council of Geeks did a really good video on it, and a lot of the sentiments and opinions they share there are the same ones that I hold, and I'll try to put a link in the description. But because I'm a smaller beginner channel, YouTube is weird about me putting links in the description, so I will try, but if not, here's a picture. Go watch the video if you haven't. It's very well done and put together and has the information in a way that I like. And so that's that. And yeah, like what can I say about this movie that hasn't been said? Um Other than the fact that I am tired. I am exhausted. I am I am so over it. In fact, like I feel like I got necromanced just so people could bring me back to be annoyed. That's the level I'm at of being annoyed at people complaining that things are too woke. I am not a huge Spider-Man fan, and people tell me all the time, "Oh, Spider-Man's so great because you can be Spider-Man." You cannot say in the same breath, "Spider-Man is so great because anyone can be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man," and then get mad when anyone is Spider-Man. Black people existing is not woke. Disabled people existing is not woke. Fat women existing, not woke. If you saw the spider truck and said, "That's fine, but draw the line at wheelchair Spider Man or whoever Spider Man," that's something that you need to unpack, truly, because that is a little insane. And I'm tired. I just I'm really tired of people calling things woke when they're not woke. They just contain people that aren't white. Just I would rather people say, "Oh, I'm mad that this movie doesn't have all white people," because at least I know that you're not hiding behind your political ideas. Like just say that. We're all adults here. Just say it. But anyway, that's all I have to say about Cross the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse. I think it was Across the Spider-Verse. Anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the impact that this movie had on me was none whatsoever because I actually forgot that I saw it in theaters. Like, I actually forgot that I saw it at all. I was talking to my friend about this video idea, and I said, yeah, like, I feel like there's a movie I saw in theaters that I'm forgetting because I was going over the list with her. And she's like, oh, did you see this movie? Because she had the Google search results and she was going through them and she's like, "Oh, did you see this?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I did. I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me." So, I thought it was fine. It wasn't horrible, but I also forgot that I even saw it. I'm not one of those people who's like, "Oh, I thought it was cool before it was cool," or I don't care and it doesn't matter. But I have been Marvel fatigued since probably 2019. Whenever Civil War came out is kind of when I didn't give a shit about Marvel anymore because I didn't watch Civil War. I didn't watch Infinity War. I didn't watch Endgame. I did later on watch Infinity War and Endgame, but I could not tell you what happens in those movies because I completely forgot. And the only reason I watched it is because there was a coworker I had at the time who's like, "You need to watch these movies so that you're on the same page as every single other person in the world." So I did, and I don't think that my life would have changed had I not seen either of those movies or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I think the main thing that pissed me off with this movie is I think the main thing that irritates me about this movie, and it's not even the movie, is that people were hyping this movie up so hard. Like it was gonna change the way of storytelling as we know it. Like it was such a good movie. It was so great. It was so moving. And I saw it and I thought, it's fine. It's, I don't know why we were acting like it was such a big deal. I mean, I get it. Like, who keeps pumping out all of these not movies, and I think this was the first time in a while that Marvel actually pumped out a decent movie, but it's just a decent movie. It's not this amazing, wonderful thing, in my opinion. So, those are my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It was fine, it was okay. I don't think that my life changed. This is gonna be a core memory for me now. I mean, obviously it wasn't, and I fucking forgot about it. Anyway, moving on to something that's actually going to be a core memory and probably a piece of me for the rest of my life is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I have been a fan of Ninja Turtles since I was 7. I love Ninja Turtles so much, I will eat up anything that is Ninja Turtle, and I'm so glad that we got a theatrical release movie that was finally good. And I appreciate this movie so much. I love all of the risks that they took, and I honestly wasn't expecting it to be that great. I was expecting to love it regardless because I love Ninja Turtles, but I wasn't expecting it to be such a great movie, and I'm so happy that it is. I love this movie. I have like a little tin popcorn bucket and a souvenir cup that has a little figure on it, and I want to get the like collector's steelback case eventually because I love this movie so much. Next movies we saw on the same day because we decided to have a movie day because it's been a really rough year. 2023 was, and we decided to just have a movie day and relax. So, the first movie we saw was Oppenheimer because it was the longest. With a lot of expectations, like I vaguely knew who Oppenheimer was because I took AP US history, so anything I knew about him was from school. And we go in, and the the main thing about this movie is that I wish it wasn't a movie. I wish it was a mini series because it was it was just like walls of information. It felt like I was reading a really dense book. And I feel like Christopher Nolan wanted to pack so much in this movie that it just kind of became nauseating with how much information you were getting. I had to pee so bad. Like, I think the bottom half of my body went numb because I had to pee so bad. And I was so scared to go because I didn't want to miss anything because I felt like I was going to be completely lost. And it was like the middle of the movie and I didn't want to miss anything. So I left and then came back and then had to get like a recap of what happened. But because I was getting a recap of what happened, I also missed what just happened. So that wasn't that great. But it I think it was a good movie. It's not the best movie that I saw that year. Um, it might be something that I revisit, but yeah, it's just I feel like it would have done better if it was a limited series or a like a one season show. I feel like it could have shined better and Christopher Nolan could have gotten more of what he wanted to show out there. But that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. That's just how I feel. And fun fact, we were supposed to see Talk to Me after Oppenheimer, but we were so just like mentally and emotionally drained after that I looked at my partner and I was like, "Can we please go see Barbie?" So we saw Barbie and I really loved Barbie. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really funny. I was really surprised that there was so much adult humor and not even like raunchy or dirty jokes, just like it was rated PG-13, I believe, and they really like went with it. And yeah, I'm just really happy that this movie exists. I'm happy that they took it in the direction that they did because honestly, they could have just done like the minimal effort and slapped the name Barbie on it and it still would have sold. But I think the fact that there's so much heart in it and there's so much personality and so much like story and it's so funny, I think that's what really made it the success that it is. Thing that I'm really happy about because of this movie is I don't think that there has been a movie that has like built sets, well, at least since The Grinch. And I could be wrong, but ever since Jim Carrey's The Grinch, I don't think that there has been a movie that has like this elaborate set design, except for maybe like Harry Potter. But even then, there's so much CGI and stuff that went into it. And I'm not saying this movie doesn't have any CGI, but it looked so good. It was so like visually something that I haven't seen a movie do at least since like the early 2000s, and yeah, I was just happy to see it. It was a fun time. I had a good time. The next movie I saw in theaters was Talk to Me. I really love Talk to Me. It was the first time I saw a horror movie in theater. I was really excited and it was genuinely terrifying, but it also had a lot of heart to it as well. Like I could tell that this was made by people who love horror movies, and I really enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again. It was really great. I love that little hand. I think that's like such a good use of a prop. It's great. I love it. I might get one for my house or go to one of those places where you do like a wax mold of your hand, but it's not gonna be me and my partner. It's gonna be me making a talk to me hand. So that's how I felt about Talk to Me, is that I liked it. The last movie that I saw in theaters last year was The Boy and the Heron, and in theaters what last year that I saw in 2023 was The Boy and the Heron, and this was a really special ugh, this was a really special treat because I went with my friend who I haven't seen in person since high school, and it was such a good experience. And we, by the end of it, we were just crying and we were gushing over how good the movie was. And I don't even think that I could describe this movie to anyone. I think it's one of those things where you just have to witness it and you have to feel it. And you, like, it's like your heart knows before your brain does what's going on. It's like, it's like a story about grief, but also about love and friendship and like family ties and life and like what it means to be an artist. And it's like so many things wrapped up into one. And it's so beautiful and moving. And I'm so glad that I got to experience this with my friend, especially after not seeing this for so long. And it's just one of those pieces of art that just gives you zest for life. Like it just makes you want to go out and live and have experiences and feel the full dimensions of living and humanity. Like it's just, it's so great. If you have the opportunity to see it in theater, like go see it because it's so beautiful to see a Ghibli film just blown up like that. I'm always blown away just watching Ghibli films like at home on my like 45-inch TV. That blows me away by itself, but seeing it on the big screen was so crazy. And it was the first time that I saw a Ghibli film in the theater. Because the only movie that I saw during Ghibli Fest this year was the stage play for Spirited Away. So I guess this is kind of a lie because I saw the stage play for Spirited Away in theater, but that's not, it's, I'm not counting it as a movie. It's a stage play, it's different. Anyway, all the movies that I saw in the theater, and I don't know how long this recording is going to last, so I also included some movies that didn't come out this year but were new to me that I wanted to talk about because they're still kind of fresh on my mind and I still have thoughts and opinions about them. I remember was Last Night in Soho, and this one I will be talking about like plot points and stuff, so if you don't want to be spoiled for Last Night in Soho, I would go ahead and click off or skip ahead, whatever you prefer. I thought that this movie was fun. It was very pretty. It was visually a joy to watch. However, if you think about it for like more than 2 seconds, her powers don't really make a whole lot of sense. It's like a major plot point of the movie that she can communicate with dead people because she can see her mom who's dead because she has my mom's dead disease. But by the end of the movie, she's kind of this the other main character, main character Sandy. I don't remember the first main character's name. Don't come for me. I don't remember characters' names here, but I remember Sandy because they yell her name like 300 times in the movie. But she, they kind of like string you along and they make you think that she's been dead this whole time and that because she can see dead people and she can see the memories of dead people, she's like seeing Sandy. But Sandy is alive. So, like, was she. Does she also have a power? And she's like shining with the other girl? Is she able to manipulate memories? Because you think, oh, like, is it the dead guys that are showing her memories? Like, it's actually memories of the dead people? Because, spoiler alert, again, Sandy turned out to be a man killer and killed a bunch of dudes under the guise that she was a prostitute and was going to sleep with them. She would kill them. And you think, oh, like, is it the memory of the people that she killed, her murder victims? But that doesn't make any sense either, because the main girl thought that Sandy was killed because she showed her a memory of her getting like brutally murdered. So what was up with that? That doesn't make any sense. And then I also didn't like the way that the love interest was written, because his whole character is that he's obsessed with this girl and he'll do anything for her and he'll support her and he just wants to go out with her because like she's so cool and different. And I get it, you're in college, you're meeting new people. I get it, but y'all are just starting school. You've been here for maybe a semester. She can't be that important. Like, he literally stops her from, she's having like a vision thing where she's reenacting something, and she she almost stabs somebody, right? It's in the library and she almost stabs somebody, and in her little vision thing she thinks that she's stabbing the guy who's trying to kill her, but she almost stabs this girl who's bullying her in college, and he like grabs the scissors midair out of nowhere, mind you, because it's a library and it's like in between bookshelves. So he grabs the scissors so that she doesn't stab her, and then she runs away and he runs after her. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, no, it can't be, she can't be, this can't be the one. Because I don't care how hot you are, I don't care how cool you are, I don't care if we're like twin flames. If I see you almost stab somebody and I have to grab the scissors midair so that you don't almost stab somebody, I will now help you from afar. I'm not, no. Like, that might be a toxic trait of mine, but that's not I. That would not be me. I will take you to a counselor and then I will love you from a distance, because that could not be me. Also, I mean, I guess that like people, I don't know. I didn't go to university or college. I don't know if you guys can tell, but um I haven't been to college, but I didn't know that I didn't know that it would be like super realistic for people to bully people in college. That's just my opinion. Like, from what I understand, and I know that people can be assholes, I know that people can be jerks, but like, it was very high school like to have all these girls kind of gang up on her and bully her. I don't know, it just felt weird. But that's kind of the most thoughts and problems that I had with the movies on this list. I give it overall like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a fun movie to watch, but Yeah, there were some problems that I had with it in terms of writing and also plot. But moving on, Secret World of Arietti, I saw it for the first time. I did a little bit of like a mini Studio Ghibli binge leading up to The Boy and the Heron. And Secret World of Arietti, I know it's not a faithful adaptation to the books, but I never read the Burr series, so I didn't really have a frame of reference. I just kind of knew it was like about little fairy or pixie. They're not really magical people in the movie, are they? They're just kind of there. But I thought that they were going to be magical and they weren't, but I don't care because I really love this movie. I think it might be my new comfort movie. It's just, it's so cute and whimsical, and I really love it. It gave me so much inspiration for doing miniatures. Like all of the details, they have little bottle caps as planters for their plants. I think that that is so cool and something that I could easily do. And I think I want to make some mini scenes from the Secret World of Arietti. I might want to try to recreate their house or at least do her bedroom because it's so cool and it's so cozy and I love it and it just gave me so much inspiration and I really love it. And then the last one on this list is Whisper. Well, it's two movies, but they're connected. I'll explain why. Whisper of the Heart and The Cat Returns. I love both of these movies. I started watching The Cat Returns and then I was not in the mood for it. That girl went to the Cat Kingdom and I was like, I can't deal with this right now. I was not in the mood for for like high fantasy, so I watched something else. But I watched Whisper of the Heart first because I found out that the movies were connected. Like The Cat Returns is a spin-off, so I watched Whisper of the Heart first, and I really love that movie. It is so just charming and great, and I think that if you're graduating or if you're in between jobs or if you're kind of in one of those ruts of not really knowing what you want to do, I think that you should watch this movie. It speaks so much to what it's like to be a creator or a writer, and it's really touching. It's really sweet. I love this movie a lot. I like it slightly more than The Cat Returns, but I do like The Cat Returns. If you're in the mood for fantasy and you watch it, it's really good. I would not watch The Cat Returns before watching Whisper of the Heart, though. Just in my opinion, I feel like it makes a little bit more sense to watch Whisper of the Heart and then The Cat Returns. But I love both movies. I think they're both really heartwarming and really full of joy and beautifully crafted. But yeah, those were the movies that I saw in 2023, the ones that I remember at least. Now that I've done this video, I'm I'm a little upset because this video was supposed to come out earlier. This was supposed to be the video that came out before my tarot walkthrough video because I was like, I'm really ready to leave 2023 behind me, but we had to rehash it out for the third time with this third recording. But it was really fun, and I hope that I'm able to do this. It is kind of difficult to record and edit everything on your phone, but we all have to start somewhere, and I'm grateful that I even have a phone that doesn't have the quality of an absolute potato, so that's nice. But now that we're in the new year, I hope you guys have a good new year so far, and I hope going forward we continue to have a good new year. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.